All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the weekly Subspace Developer Sync. We're going to give an update on what everybody's been working on. Unfortunately, considering the situation in the Ukraine right now, Nazar's not able to attend, but he is safe. Yeah, our hearts go out to everybody out there, and we hope that things start to look better there. So yeah, we're just going to go around and give our updates. Let's see, Oskin, can you go first today, please?
Of course. So last week, my focus was on integrating Node to the Subspace desktop. Step by step, every step was successful. I integrated the Node as a proof of concept. Then I was able to supply the CLI parameters, and then I was able to supply chain spec. Thanks to Leo for that as well. He helped me for the chain spec. We sync with Leo on many things, so it was a dual process. I will not dive into front-end parts. I'm going to leave it for Leo. In the meantime, there was a request from one of the guys in the Discord named Chain Guys to get a fix for the 5th of January snapshot. We already had the fix for, it was a CUDA-related bug. It was solved, but we did not release the fixed version. So I made a release for that, updated the executables for Linux and Windows. And we reviewed and updated the icons for Subspace desktop. It's now working properly in every operating system, the sizes of the icons, I mean. And after integrating the node, there was a couple of issues related to front-end integration for that. For example, front-end was waiting for node synchronization to start the farmer. But the way I integrated the node was starting inside the farmer function. So it was becoming a deadlock. I separated those farm and node functions in the backend so that they can be called separately from each other. And after that, the way we designed the retrieval of the mnemonic from the farmer, it was working like this. So we call the farmer function. It was creating an identity. Then it was retrieving the public key and the mnemonic from this function and relaying this to the front end. But now, first node should be synced, then farmer can start. And in this time, the user may want to display the information model in which we are showing the mnemonic. This is during the plotting progress. So I actually made the choice to return the identity from the node function, not the farming function, so that this mnemonic can be displayed in the information model without the need for waiting for the farmer function to start. And also for starting the node, we need a name parameter.
A note on that, Oskin. So that's actually all about to change. This is something Nazar had been working on. There's going to be a single identity from the node, and then the farmer is going to generate derived identities from. There's like a payment address that's going to go to the node for the wallet, and then there's going to be different identities for the different plots. So they're going to be slightly decoupled, but whenever the farmer claims a block, it's going to say this is my payment address to receive rewards to. So I'm glad that you're working on that, but just don't spend too much time on that because it's going to be architecturally changing soon.
It's a wordful explanation, but actually the fix was real simple because the way we create the identity is with the function open or create. So I just carried this function to node side, so it created the identity, and the farmer just opened the identity. So they are sharing the same identity, and in the implementation-wise setting, it was not big of a deal, and it's already done, so no worries. It's working. And in the weekend, we also work with Leo to make the integrated node work with our public testnet. And we made some progress on that today as well. And I reviewed some changes of Leo, and made small fixes to front end. Other than that, these are all the things that I've done. And in this week, till Friday, I believe we can finish the node integration fully, and we can release the version 1 of the Subspace desktop with Leo. That's my plan for the week, and that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you, Özkan. Any questions from the group? Okay, Leo, we'll let you go next.
Well, I was working with Oskun, kind of the same things. The first integration we made was the farmer, and the app was working before with a lot of fake functions. So we made a lot of changes to replace this fake data with this fake progress, for example, the fake archived progress, the node syncing, and etc. So all that data is now real, and also the space allocated is calculated from the network. So the app is looking like it has some sense now, like it's alive, something like that. So you can start the app, put the password, sync the node, and there are some hints that we added, like you have to wait to sync node for start farmer and things like that. Enable and disable some buttons to make some sense in there in the flow. So after the node is synced and the farmer is started, you can go to the dashboard and start checking the blocks. We also added some notifications that were disabled before, and they are now showing that you win a block and how much rewards. And after that, we started integrating the node. So the flow changes a little in the background. We have to wait some other tasks, but right now it is working with the node integrated and loading the chain specs and connecting to a remote network, syncing the node, archiving, and start farming. And yeah, I think that we have a pending rebase. We have a lot of commits in there that we have to fix to make the merge. And also today in the morning, I was adding the new parachains to Kusama in the testnet relayer. And I notified Diana that we added these 4 parachains on Kusama, so she's aware now. And the relayer app is updated also, so it's showing all the parachains available. Yeah, I think that those are my updates.
Great. Thanks for the hard work, Leo. Any questions? Okay. Sounds like you guys are making great progress on the desktop app. Look forward to seeing that this week.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, Justin, why don't you go next?
Yeah. So over the last week, did some testing out on the Subspace desktop to help out Özkan and Leo. Been working on or got a final revision on the FAQ. Finally got that sent over to Jeremiah. Just awaiting feedback on that, and we'll be getting that posted to the website hopefully here today. And then got a couple minor PRs submitted on, for example, the Subspace desktop to make some revisions on like the publish flow, and just a minor fix on the Subspace docs that is now on GitHub. I'm just slowly iterating on that, making it to a point where we should be able to hopefully do a minimal viable product like release here soon, and start having a good documentation base for our users. Beyond that, last week was a big focus on really just buttoning up a lot of community things, trying to prepare for the for March in our community. Some of the minor details that we went over in our meeting that we're just trying to button up there. And moving forward on this week, hopefully you should be able to get the Subspace desktop documentation updated. That way we can actually start getting users on that after all of Özkan and Leo's hard work. and also working on troubleshooting the snapshot code signing that I had been working on as well. Just some minor issues with the action. But once that's resolved, we should be good to do another snapshot release as well, as far as I know. Any questions?
I do. Were you referring to the monorepo when you talk about the snapshot release?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a branch in there that I had been working with Nazar on to get code signing so that the binaries themselves won't, throw up a bunch of errors anytime you open it.
What's the blocker on that right now, Justin?
The action's working. There was a minor, last time I ran it, it was just a minor syntax error that I had to get fixed. I'm getting ready to try it again, and hopefully it should work after this run.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and try to get that fixed soon and test that out, see if it's working.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks for the hard work, Justin. I'll get you the feedback on the FAQ today for sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, Lu Cheng, you're up next.
Okay, yeah. So last week I was primarily busy debugging the extrinsic execution proof, the core of fault proof in decoupled execution. We have figured out finally. The takeaways of the whole debugging is that there are indeed some distinctions between the substrate test runtime environment and the more regular runtime, like a serious test runtime environment. The other thing is the proof recorder in Substrate, like use hashmap to store the storage changes, which is not deterministic. So I have submitted 2 PRs to Substrate, so make the storage proof for same execution deterministic, and also make the extrinsic execution proof possible. Yeah, they are now waiting for another round of review. I'll push them to review and merge them as soon as possible. So this week, I would like to evaluate our tasks that are necessary for the community testing or the our future testnet. I'll prepare a list before the protocol sync call, and I think we'll have a discussion and to decide what's my main focus this week. For now, I think there are 2 key points. One is to merge the zeros binary into the subspace node binary. The other thing is the executor registration and staking and rewarding. The selection can be done later. Yeah, that's all my updates.
Okay, thank you, Lu Cheng, and I'm glad to hear that you're able to resolve that bug and figure out what's going on there. That's exciting. So once we have the ability to generate these fraud proofs deterministically, or these storage proofs deterministically, then we can test if the fraud proofs are actually, to check to verify the fraud proof. Because right now we're just generating fraud proofs, but we're not testing the validity of fraud proofs, right?
Yeah, correct.
But is that blocked pending the merge of this PR for Substrate?
Yeah, they have some concerns. I initially proposed to replace the hash map with B-tree map, but they have some other issues with that approach. So yeah, I have to address their comments. Now I'm waiting for another round of review.
Yeah. Does it depend on which hash function you use within the hash map as well?
No, they decided to sort before converting the storage changes to the storage proof. So between the hash map, the existing approach, will be remained.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It
So,
seems like-
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So there are a few ways to make this proof deterministic. One is to replace the data structure, to use a bitmap instead of the hash map. One is to sort all the chain nodes before you converting the proof. Yeah. So they choose the later way.
So they would still want to use a hash map. They're just going to sort last.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What are the performance implications of that?
I don't see any significant performance difference.
Okay. It's kind of surprising that they would design it in such a way that it's not deterministic. It seems like a kind of obvious thing, but interesting.
Because I think the problem is that they store the proof, so they don't have to generate the proof for the same execution multiple times. So they never discover this problem.
Not even with the POV blocks, I guess, because
you
they're
store. Yeah, you already stored the proof, so you don't have to generate the proof multiple times.
Right. Okay. Great. Well, we'll have a better discussion about next steps tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions for Liu Cheng? Okay. Serge, you're up next.
So mostly I was working on feed validation. I'm still trying to decode finality proofs, and I had some issue related to trades. Yeah, I tried to contact Nazar, but still waiting for response. If he's not available, I will reach out to someone else, maybe Liu Cheng. And apart from that, as Leo mentioned, I have added a few parachains, 4 parachains, both to archives and to relayer backend. And yeah, for the upcoming week, feed validation will remain my priority. That's all.
Okay, thanks, Serge. We appreciate you working on this during difficult times. Yeah, if you have any issues with Rust or trades or Substrate, just reach out to Liu Cheng on that for now. I'm sure he's happy to help you.
Sure.
Okay, any questions for Serge? What are the 4 new parachains we added?
Integrity, Darwinia Crab, Litmus, and Kiko, K-I-C-O.
Great.
Yeah, currently we have all live parachains.
Awesome. Okay, Yvonne, you're next.
Yeah, sure. So during the last week, I was focusing on the finishing of the onboarding. So I read and finished papers about fraud proofs, about flow, about lazy ledger. So after that, I was supposed to contact Nazar. Yeah, and we also decided to have a call at Thursday. But yeah, the issues in the Ukraine. Yeah, I mean, we didn't actually schedule the call yet. So yeah, waiting on his response for that. And after that, I guess I will move on to the some development tasks. But for now, I'm just reviewing the code and waiting for a response.
Okay, yeah, Yvonne. In the meantime, while you're waiting to get synced up with Nazar, why don't, yeah, like you said, continue to just review, provide feedback on everybody's code. And actually, I think it would probably be really good if maybe you kind of pair up with Serge a little bit and help with anything related to feeds validation. If there's anything you can do there. and maybe look into grandpa finality and kind of how all that works in the meantime, just to help out.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Okay. Anything else? You guys, any questions? Anything else you guys want to discuss? Okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you again next week.